Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be looking at yet another airport for our Future of Airports series, Los Angeles International Airport. Being the fourth busiest airport in the world and the United States' second, LAX is a sprawling giant that hosted almost 90 million passengers in 2019. However, even though the airport has significant traffic, the condition of the airport leaves much to be desired, and it would need a serious facelift to match its internationally renowned status. Fortunately, with the Landside Access Modernization Project and other expansion projects, the future of LAX looks wonderful, and we can't wait to see all of it ourselves. Let's get started! Before we start talking about the expansions coming to Los Angeles International Airport in the future, let's take a look at the lands and areas that the airport sits on currently. LAX is located 18 miles or 30 kilometers southwest of downtown Los Angeles, right on the coastline of California, and nestled in between the Westchester, El Segundo, and Inglewood neighborhoods. These are the rough borders of the airport, covering 3,500 acres of land. The first thing to know about any airport is, obviously, the runways and taxiways, since those are essential to planes actually getting in, out, and around the airport. LAX has 4 parallel east-west runways indicated in blue on this map, as well as a series of taxiways that provide planes with access between the runways and terminals. Currently, LAX sports 9 passenger terminals, including the Tom Bradley International Terminal off to the west, and they're connected either through overground passages, underground tunnels, or shuttle buses. However, only the TBIT and terminals 4 to 8 are connected airside, which means that in order to get to any other terminal from terminals 1 to 3, you must exit security first, which is quite unfortunate. As you might know, the Tom Bradley International Terminal has recently gone through the $4 billion Bradley West Upgrade project in 2014, which added over 1,250,000 square feet, or 116,000 square meters of shops, restaurants, and passenger lounges, as well as improving security screening facilities and measures all around. And of course, we should mention that there is another passenger terminal not in the main U of the airport, and that is the small regional terminal on the east side of Terminal 8 that is used exclusively for American Eagle flights, which earned it the nickname of the Eagle's Nest. Next up, let's take a look at the roadways that passengers can use to drive into the airport, which I know Californians love to do. The main roadways worth mentioning include the north-south Sepulveda Boulevard in the middle of the airport, cutting the runways in half, the east-west Interstate 105 that runs just south of the airport, as well as the north-south Interstate 405 passing by the airport on the east side. As for the flip side of driving to the airport, LAX does need a lot of parking to accommodate the traffic. Short-term parking is nestled in the bend of the U, long-term parking off to the southeast end of the platform, as well as the cell phone lot at the eastern gateway of the terminals. If you don't want to drive, you can take a number of buses that unfortunately do not stop quite close enough to the passenger terminals. There is also a flyaway shuttle bus service run by the LAWA that takes you from 5 different terminals directly to LAX, and these include the Van Nuys Airport, Los Angeles Union Station, UCLA, Hollywood, and Long Beach. The nearest metro rail line to the airport currently is the Green Line, and you can get a free shuttle bus connection from Aviation LAX station to the airport if you decide to do that. Alright, so this is the current passenger facility situation here in Los Angeles International Airport. There definitely are a lot of car-centric facilities here, so without a car, it really must be a pain to get to the airport. Now, let's move on to the future expansions that will be coming to LAX in the future, as part of the Los Angeles World Airport's LAX modernization plan. Let's start by looking closer at the passenger terminals and the changes coming to them. We've already covered the Tom Bradley International Terminal, which is, in itself, already quite a big addition to the airport and a very welcome one. The next major addition to the airport will be the Midfield satellite concourse, which is scheduled to hopefully open sometime this year. This concourse will be a part of the Tom Bradley International Terminal, located immediately west of it and connected with an underground tunnel. With construction started in 2017, the new concourse will bring 12 new gates to the airport, reducing the need for outdoor gates and taking out traffic while other terminal upgrades are on the way. The construction seemed to be well on its way to being finished, with testing beginning soon, and it will be an exciting addition to the airport coming this summer. Next up, we have a recently proposed expansion plan that will bring a new terminal and a new concourse to the airport, which was released about a year ago. The new East Terminal 9 will be located on the east side of Sepulveda Boulevard, taking over the space where the Eagle's Nest was, bringing new gates, security screening facilities, and parking to the airport. This terminal will also be connected to the central Terminal U area with a pedestrian bridge over Sepulveda Boulevard, so there is no need for passengers to take a shuttle bus. The other part of this plan is Concourse 0, which is an expansion to the current Terminal 1 on its east side. This will be a 4-level, 9-gate expansion to the terminal, expanding the facility by 745,000 square feet. These new expansions are currently in the early planning stages, so we don't really have any dates of when construction will start or when precisely the new facilities will open. But the goal is for them to open before the 2028 Los Angeles Summer Olympics, so that they will be there for the influx of travelers then. And this about wraps up the terminal expansions. Next up, let's take a look at other interesting facilities coming to the airport in the future as part of the Landside Access Modernization project, which will hopefully make LAX much nicer to fly in or fly out at. First up, there will be a new consolidated rent-a-car facility to the east side of the airport, relocating over 20 existing rental car locations scattered around the airport area into one convenient location adjacent to Interstate 405. This will be very useful for tourists wanting to drive into the city. Construction began last year, with LAWA planning for this facility to be operational in 2023. Another part of the LAMP plan is the Intermodal Transportation Facility, providing parking, drop-off pickup locations, as well as bus connections in convenient locations on airport grounds. The West facility is by far the bigger one, featuring 4,700 parking stalls, 5,000 square feet of concession space, and the LAX Security and Badging Office that will service the 50,000 plus badged employees working at the airport. This will be the first major component of the Landside Access Modernization program to be completed, as it is expected to open in 2021. There's also the ITF East facility, which is a similar, albeit a much smaller facility located on the west end of the Conrack. And last but not least, we have the very exciting and important transit expansions that will connect LAX much better, not just to LA but also within itself. There will be a new LA Metro rail line called the Crenshaw LAX Line that is coming to the area very soon. This new metro line, as the name suggests, will bring more transit connections to the airport itself, covering the north-south orientation of the airport on its east side. The 8-station line will be 8.5 miles or 13.7 kilometers long, and will connect the Crenshaw neighborhood to the city of Inglewood and LAX, and it will also make a transfer at Aviation LAX to the Green Line, and a transfer at Expo Crenshaw to the Expo Line. Construction has been underway since 2014, and service is expected to begin by mid-2020. And perhaps the most important piece of the puzzle that will bring the whole expansion plan together is the automatic people mover, an airport train that will finally provide some resemblance of proper connection throughout the airport, and connect the passenger terminals to the new facilities that we mentioned earlier. The line will have 6 stations in total, 3 in the central U connecting the passenger terminals, 1 at ITF West, 1 at ITF East, and the Crenshaw line, and terminating at the Conrack facility. The APM is already under construction, with a projected completion date of 2022. With the train in place, getting to and from LAX should finally be relatively less painful, and transit riders will not need to sit in traffic on shuttle buses, probably prompting more people to take transit in the first place. LAX will be getting us some super exciting upgrades in the future, and even though we live nowhere near it and never really go through the airport at all, we're still super stoked about one of the largest airports in the world getting the proper expansions and transit connections it so desperately needs. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below to tell us what you think about the expansions coming to LAX, whether we missed anything important, or if there are any other airports you would like us to take a look at in our future videos. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and support us on Patreon or Ko-fi if you would like to help us keep making great videos for you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.